All right, we are continuing on with distributive property using your Glencoe pages that I have already made for you. By now you might have a book, maybe not. They were ordered, might not be in, so you might be on a piece of paper. But today we're going to be starting that distributive property. We're going to start with this real world link. Remember, our objectives today are to distribute numbers. That's what we're learning about, is how to distribute numbers. All right, it says 3 friends, they want to go to a baseball game. Each ticket costs $20. And they all 3 bought a hat for $15. What does the expression 3 times 20 plus 15 represent? If this looks small to you, you should have this with you, so go ahead and just follow along with your paper. All right, what does 3, and then it's got this parentheses, 20 plus 15 represent? Well, what does a 3 represent? Let's think about it. We have 2 values here and here. We have a $20 and a $15. So that takes care of those. What is this 3? Right, that's how many friends. So the 3 represents friends. So what does a 20 represent? Represents the cost, I'm just going to put a $sign, of the tickets. And finally, what does a 15 represent? And that is cost of the hat. Cost of the hats that they bought. All right, so if we start off with this and we add our brackets, okay? We got this bracket here, we can add what's in there. 20 plus 15. What is 20 plus 15? Well, 20 plus 10 is 30, plus 5, 35. Okay, 35. So we could take 35, if we want to know the total cost of what everyone spent, we could take the 35, and what could we multiply by? Right, 3 friends. And let's see, 35 times 3, or 35 plus 35 plus 35. So 35 plus 35, 35, 45, 55, 65, 70, and then 35 more, 80, 90, 105. 105. All right? So, what does the expression 3 times 20 plus 3 times 15 represent? Well, 3 times 20. Again, 3 represents friends, 20 represents tickets. So 3 times 20 represents the price of 3 tickets. The price of 3 tickets. How about 3 times 15? Well, again, 3 is how many friends? 15, if we look across. So we've got the price of 3 friends' hats. So now we can evaluate this a different way. Okay? We can do 3 times 20, 20, 40, 60. And we can do 3 times 15, or 15, 15, and 15. So 15 and 15 is 30, plus 15 is 45. And then all we have to do is add them together. 60 plus 45. Let you think about that for a second. 60 plus 45. 60 plus 45. Move it down a little bit so you can see. 60 plus 45. 105. You get the same exact answer. So, answers 2 and 4. Notice you get the exact same answer doing it 2 different ways. Either way is fine. If it works for you to add the brackets, add them. This is distributing. So it's taking what you have and it's breaking it down into 2 easier multiplication problems and then just adding the answers. Okay? All right. Make sure you have this written down before you move on. I'm going to let you pause, and I'm going to erase in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Oh, that didn't work. Okay. Where are we at here? All right. Now they give us this other really complicated answer, and I don't really care for the way that Glencoe put things in order, because now they're giving us something that it shows you different ways that we can break things down. So it's showing you that if you have a set of brackets, you can take this 2 times 7 and this 2 times 4 and make two different multiplication problems. And it just makes it easier. 2 times 7 is 14, 2 times 4 is 8, and you add them together. And then it shows you how to do the same thing with letters. A times B plus A times C. So it's just simply drawing arrows over and breaking them down a different way. Okay? So, the expressions 3 times 20 plus 15 and 3 times 20 plus 3 times 15 show how the distributive property combines adding and multiplying. Okay? Now they give us this really tough example with a fraction in there. Those fractions are tough. All right? And it's saying 9 times 4 1/3 mentally using the distributive property. Now they've already helped us out and broke it down for us. We can take 9 times 4 plus 9 times 1/3. But how did they get 3? I see the 36 because 9 times 4 is 36. That's not too bad. How did they get that 3? Well, let's think about it. 9 times 3 means that you have 9 sets of 1/3. So 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1/3. I know this takes a while. All right. So 9 times 1/3 simply means you have 9 sets of 1/3, right? Well, if you remember from fractions that if you have a whole number over a whole number, like 3 over 3, it equals 1, right? So if you think about it, if we took these 3 right here and we added 1 plus 1 plus 1, what is that? 3, right? And you keep your denominator the same. So this is the same as 3/3, which is the same as 1. Any number over itself is always 1. Now you've got another set of 3/3. 3/3 plus 3/3 plus 3/3, 1 plus 1 plus 1 is, again, 3/3. Again, it equals 1. Can you guess what this last set's going to do? You're right. Same thing. 3/3 again. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. And again, we've got 3/3, and that equals 1. And if you add 1 plus 1 plus 1, bingo, you've got a 3. All right? If it's easier for you to multiply those fractions that way and break them down, there's no problem drawing those out. I drew a lot in middle school to get through middle school and learn what I could learn. So don't be afraid to draw things out. I'm a very visual learner. That's how I learn math. Okay? So 36 plus 3, and you get 39. All right, down below, we've got some to try on our own. All right, I'm going to erase this. Take a pause if you need to. I'm erasing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I want to go through one more problem with you before I let you try the last 2 on your own. We've got 5 times 2 3/5. We can break that down into 5 times 2 plus 5 times 3/5. Okay? So 5 times 2 is pretty easy, but then we got this darn 3/5. But we've got 5 of them. So if you're not comfortable with it, draw 3/5, 3/5, 3/5, 3/5. How many we got? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 3/5. All right. 3/5, 3/5. There's a lot of 3/5 in there, isn't there? All right. So, how are we going to figure this thing out? Well, let's see. What if we added them all? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 over 5. Now, that's an improper fraction. We don't want an improper fraction, so we can divide it. All right? 5 divided by 15. How many 5s go into 15? 3. So this is the same as 3. So now you've got your 10 plus 3. 10 plus 3 is 13. So your answer for this one, 13. All right, I know those are a little bit tough. Try the rest of them on your own and see how you come out. Have a great day.